I want to welcome back Jennifer, Kathleen, and Lisbeth to closing out the last few minutes of this conversation for I call myself an old school. I've been doing workforce development for a long time, and we've been talking about transferable skills. It wasn't lost in me in this conversation that, you know, from the first panel to this last one, that we need to take a closer look at the skills that folks have now for jobs not be around anymore, and look at how those skills might be transferable to new jobs that are coming online or are currently existing in the green job sector. Lisbeth, Jennifer, Kathleen, you know, what did you hear today? And most importantly, why do you think it's important at this time, and the value of a city strategy around the workforce development sector to develop a green jobs network? Why is that important now?
Thanks, Marjorie. It was important a year ago when we started this conversation. It's so much more important now. I loved what Deputy Mayor Thompson said about it's a question of will, and how he spoke about it takes imagination and it takes creativity. We've been more creative than ever during these challenging times, and really excited that we're here today and that we're launching this network. Come see us on October 27th because the time is now more than ever.
Yeah, I found it, I mean, listening to Ashley and Domingo and Allison was so inspiring. And I think they are literally epitomizing the critical need to have holistic workforce programming around green jobs, because they could articulate the skills that are needed, the futures that they envision, and the intersectionality of it all. And so I think they just basically showed why a green sector is so important, and for us to all work together to build it and make sure it's strong. And then so many people articulated today the need to, as Kathleen said, it was important before, but COVID has laid bare inequities that have existed for decades, and we need to build back in ways that are inclusive and are equitable and are taking into account environmental justice and the climate crisis. Because if we don't do that, we're going to find ourselves in the same place over and over and over again. So again, the plug is vote. Fill out your census and join us on October 27th.
I could not agree more. And, you know, so much is said today, the breadth of the vision, the leadership that we need, but that we have now, that we have seen on the panels, the need to talk not just about jobs, but about ownership and how we do that. So to me, I just want to build on my colleagues' comments that to me, it's kind of all here. The ingredients for this network, the imperative to come together now. Daphne said previously something that really struck me, which is that we're all learning all the time and together, and we need to come together and iterate around the breadth of this vision and the career paths and the pieces that we all bring to this puzzle, so that we can be building this vision that we need. So I think that the questions, for example, you know, we could go on for hours here, both with our panelists, our speakers, but also answering these questions. But I think this is our hope, that in coming together, we can actually have answers to each other's questions, and then also come up with a collective vision and home for action moving forward.
Yeah, and just to build upon that, Lisbeth, as we saw all the questions that were coming in today, so many of them were so specific and really showed kind of the hunger for knowledge out here, and how many people, I mean, we had over 400 people that registered for this, this 2-hour convening. And then the questions that came in were really asking for very tactical, on the ground, how do we make this happen? And that's our plan. That was our vision a year ago. And now, like, together, if we can come together and nail this out, it can go from like kind of the theoretical and the vision to this whole community working together to bring green jobs to life in really significant ways across many industries and sectors.
So, ladies, Kathleen, Lisbeth, Jan, I want to thank you for your vision and your commitment and dedication to making this happen. And I know that, folks think about this as, well, you spent an entire year doing this, because we joke around it. Change takes time to happen, and commitment, with all the work that we all do and our everyday commitment, committing to this bigger idea and bigger vision for how we can build an inclusive economy. You've helped us with our thinking around it, and you certainly have educated the JobsFirst team about this. So I want to thank you, and I look forward to our next conversation on the October 27th. If you're an employer, a policy maker, a nonprofit, a philanthropic investor, government, a regular citizen, if you want to join us for this conversation and to build a green sector network for New York City, please join us on the 27th. Thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to the next time. Bye-bye.